Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Lucid9. So last episode I went with, I already chose the previous episode before that to do Misaki and Masato in the cafeteria. But now, I went back and created a save file, so before I get to choose which one to go with. So we're gonna explore the other ones. Gonna explore the other options. Of course, I'm gonna stick with Misaki and Masato in the end, but I'm going to look and read whichever one. We're gonna just read all the ones. Alright. Okay. So, entrance would be Shigure, Ari, and Ruri. We already did cafeteria. Rooftop is Yahiko and Akira, and courtyard is Elizabeth and Natsuki. Let's go with the entrance. The offices lie near the school entrance. Maybe I could glean something from there. The question is, how can I legally obtain confidential information without a license? Access to your informational database. I presume we are in agreement? Well, I guess I found my license. I should have expected Shigure to come here. The faculty office does, after all, hold official records. Anything from the other locations would mainly be hearsay.
Certainly, Miss Inamoto. Please wait a moment while I prepare the database.
As the secretary withdraws into the offices, Shigure turns to Ruri, pushing her glasses up the bridge of her nose.
Sadly, there is a little glamour in our line of work. Much of it is limited to scouring through paperwork.
Really?
Yes. However, as our talents are better spent on proper investigation, we often delegate such tasks to menial workers.
Suddenly her arm shoots out and pulls me by the shoulder.
Exhibit A.
Yama, what are you doing here?
He shall, of course, be our manual labor.
Wait, what?
Oh, do detectives usually have those?
Shigure straightens ever so slightly, clearly pleased by Ruri's interest.
But of course, it is not a staple in mystery. Is it not a staple in mystery literature? The erstwhile sidekick diligently records the many escapades of the capable detective. God damn it.
Wow, being a detective sounds so interesting.
But that's literature.
She is back.
Just then, the secretary conveniently pops out of the offices and slips a tablet into Shigure's hands.
The system is digitized as per standard regulations, Miss Inamoto.
Her eyes land on us.
However, due to the confidential nature of this information, I cannot allow these students to...
Come closer.
Pardon?
Come closer.
The secretary glances around before inching forward, leaning down to meet Shigure's height. Shigure whispers something furiously into her ear, something that makes her eyes widen in shock.
Well, if that's the case, then I suppose...
Good. Off you go. I shall return this after it has been properly searched.
The secretary obediently scurries off. Ruri grins in clear admiration.
That was incredible!
So it was.
What did you tell her? She agreed awfully fast.
Why, I simply notified her that the three of you are undercover agents.
And that's why you acted like it was a huge secret.
Precisely. I stated that your identities must not be blown for the sake of the nation.
That's really clever.
That, good pupil, is why it is vitally important to practice one's prowess with language. Manipulation is the key to obtaining information.
That doesn't sound very moral.
At any rate, we must proceed. Evidence awaits.
She dramatically activates the tablet, flipping through the academy database. The amount of pure information it holds is frankly disturbing. For each student, they not only have basic information, but details filtered from any linked social media accounts.
Well, protege, would you like to take a look?
I guess if you really...
Yes!
Rui bolts in front of me, snatching the tablet out of my hands. She eagerly flicks through the tablet as Shigure looks on with a proud smile. Haven't I been working for Shigure for, 3 days now? And Rui just met Shigure today. Wait, why do I care? I'd be free if she took my job. No more random assignments, no more verbal abuse. It would be heavenly. Right? Rui suddenly leaps away from the tablet, startling me out of my thoughts. Oh gosh, I did not need to know that about Masato. What? Nothing. I attempt to peer over her shoulder for a closer look, but Shigure promptly swipes the tablet.
A good effort, protege, but you must remember to prioritize the evidence above all else. Had you lost your grip on that tablet, our lead would have been obliterated. I didn't think of that! It is no big burden, but we must utilize the precious time we have been granted.
She begins skimming through the tablet, eyes roving rapidly across the glass surface as she takes in every morsel of information.
Yes. Oh, I see.
What is it?
We have one particularly very telling detail. Something that should be addressed before we move on.
What?
Ishiyama.
She flings the tablet unceremoniously in my direction. I'm barely able to catch it in time. So much for prioritizing the evidence above all else.
Summarize.
Why me?
Because you are dragging the group down with your uselessness.
But...
Summarize!
Yes, sir! I dourly scan over the tablet as she hovers over my shoulder, or attempts to, except for a considerable lack of height.
Well?
I wave away her demands, steadily immersing myself with data. Apparently, there's already been 3 official disappearances. The first was verified 6 days ago, the second was verified 4 days ago, and the third was verified just yesterday. Midori Maeno, 2nd year, missing for 8 days. Toma Hayashi, 1st year, missing for 5 days. Akane Tsukino, 2nd year, missing for 2 days. Wait, Akane? Why does that name sound familiar? Midori Maeno, Toma Hayashi, Akane Tsukino.
Ishiyama, pray give us something of marginal benefit before swine take to the air.
Yeah. I continue skimming. There doesn't seem to be much connection with the student years, nor their hobbies, grades, or anything, really. Guess I should start with the basics and work my way up. Maybe I'll find something. All 3 students are children of wealthy families.
Irrelevant. 86% of the academy student population belongs to families with an income bracket of over... 25...
Is that million? Right? That's million, right? If I get it wrong, I don't care.
25 million yen.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm bad at reading numbers. Math is not my strong suit. I can only go so far before I have to look things up. Okay, yeah, it's a million.
Over 25 million yen.
They also all lived on campus at the dorms.
As does the majority of the academy, faculty included.
But here's the weird thing. Even during school break, which was when the first victim, Midori Mayono, disappeared, the academy enforced its curfew to protect both its students and its property. The curfew's something like 11:30 p.m., right, Rui? Okay, so we're learning the same information we learned before, just different ways, I suppose. Yeah. So, on-campus students have this curfew at 11:30. All of the victims lived on campus, so they would have had to register for curfew. But according to these records, they all disappeared at night, even after registering for curfew. No one's supposed to be able to get in and out after curfew.
Just so. Thus, Ishiyama, we have a bit of a quandary on our hands. How did 3 students manage to leave during a time when they could not possibly do so?
Leaving after the academy curfew. If they wanted to stay out all night, why log themselves in at all? Why not just stay out the whole day? If only one student had left after curfew, I could easily wave it away as an exception. Maybe they didn't want to get in trouble, but they really wanted to party or drink or do whatever academy students do. Maybe they had friends to help them out. But 3? In such a short time? Furthermore, it's 3 people who don't seem to have any strong relationship with each other.
Excuse me, Miss Enomoto.
The secretary pops out of nowhere, looking very stern over her thin-rimmed spectacles.
Wait a moment.
I can't, I'm afraid. I verified the identity of these students with the police headquarters, and they hold no record of undercover agents at this location.
Well, they would hardly divulge that degree of intelligence to a mere layperson.
They also warned me of your previous stunts. Come investigate on your own, Miss Enomoto. I cannot reveal confidential information to ordinary students.
She promptly whisks the tablet out of my hands and strides back into the office. Well, we got all we needed, so hehe, joke's on her. Shigure stews in silence for a long, long moment. Yuri only tugs at her sleeve with a penitent expression. My face is itching. It's my hair in my face.
I'm sorry, Shigure. We shouldn't have come.
Nonsense! This is simply a perfect demonstration of the faults of the bureaucracy. What did we learn from those records? Nothing. Nothing that was not already publicly accessible. Imbeciles.
Shigure.
Ari's simple call seems to mollify Shigure.
Well, at the very least, I suppose we discovered some fairly important information. Primarily the fact that each student logged in for curfew before they curiously vanished.
That's a good start, at least.
Sadly, not nearly significant enough.
Then how'd you propose we continue?
Well, thankfully, I anticipated that such an event might occur and made sufficient compensations. Come, Ari, Rui, Ishiyama.
Renewed, she marches up the stairs to the 2nd floor. I've got a really bad feeling about this. Oh. Shigure hovers around the hallway before blasting into classrooms 2B, hands sweeping in an overly extravagant gesture.
Stop the presses!
Rui's eyes light up at this display of histrionics. She barges in right behind Shigure, pointing dramatically into the distance.
We have arrived!
All eyes land on the peculiar sight. I try to stick to the shadows before I'm dragged into their insane antics. What kind of backup plan is this?
Who are you?
The question is not, who am I, but rather, who am I to you?
Isn't that the same thing?
Wrong!
To you, I am superior! To you, I am omniscient. To you, I am your master. To you, I am the law.
To you, we are the truth! What is this, a comedy duo? Maybe it's some kind of advanced intimidation tactic. The teacher certainly looks frightened enough. Either that or concerned at their mental health. Rei!
Shigure!
Oh my god! Pokemon!
Team Logic solving crimes at the speed of light!
Oh my god! Oh my god, yes! Yes! A million times yes!
Surrender now or prepare to fight!
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god. Oh my god! I love this! Oh my god! Oh. This is glorious. It's a glorious moment. Oh. Can I take a screenshot of this? Oh shit. No. Oh. Oh, I can. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. This glorious, glorious moment. Prepare! Oh, Pokemon.
Oh, that's right.
I love it. I love it so much. This is a glorious moment. I love it. Okay. Oh, how do I get to show again? Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Don't look at me. I don't know these people. Get back to your classes before I report you for truancy. Shigure becomes very, very still and her hands curl into fists. Here we go again. Oh god. Let's see if I can pronounce half of these fucking words.
I am not another encephalus catechumen. I am a legitimate freelance detective, 26 years of age, officially licensed. And I am here on matters of extreme import.
The teacher's eyes swirl at her excessively large vocabulary. As a result, there's no resistance when Shigure takes the podium, addressing the class students like a president at her inaugural address.
Denizens of the city of Isamu, your cooperation is required for a situation most dire. For more information, I refer you to our head of public relations, Ari Hiraga.
She nods her head at Ari, who, after a few moments of staring wordlessly at the podium, steps to the center of the classroom. Maybe despite her introverted tendencies, she's a really good speaker. At the very least, she can't be worse than Shigure.
Are any of you murderers?
What? Never mind. She can't be worse than Shigure. Way worse. What kind of question is that? Are we in trouble? They're wasting our time. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. I need to get us out of here before we're expelled for disruption. What can I do?
It seems that even that simple question has eluded their tiny brains. Try something different, Artie.
Have you seen any strange events recently?
I think we're witnessing a strange event right now.
And someone speaks. Quickly, make your statement.
Nothing! I just saw something outside. Ah, of course. The old bait and switch trick. That'll get them to leave in a hurry.
Outside? Quick, after them!
Chase that cab! As they bolt into the hallway, Artie pulls out her phone and taps idly on its surface. Within a few seconds, a police siren is playing from its speakers.
Quick, after them.
And she snappily walks away, siren still resounding from her phone. All eyes fall on me. The teacher only folds his arms, staring at me with a single raised eyebrow. What was that all about? I'd better just make a run for it. Oh my god. I promptly sprint out of the classroom, taking random turns until I finally feel safe. Well, I'm not sure where they went, but it's already time to rendezvous. I guess I'd better head to the roof. Okay. Alright, well, let's go back, and that was great. Let's load this back up again. Yes, I'm gonna load that. Yep. Let's go to rooftop now. Rooftop is with Yahiko and Akira. Maybe I need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The rooftop is always a good place for a bird's eye view of the campus. If I was looking for scenery, the rooftop would be an ideal place to go. An ideal place to do so. Open-faced and stretching high above the majority of the school, the rooftop is rife with luscious trees and flowers blooming in aesthetic arrangements. It's got that aesthetic. It's also fairly quiet. God, which is pretty surprising given how nice it is. Then again, most of the students would rather be fiddling around on their phones or social media. But I don't really have time to sit and take a look around, so I head right to the edge of the greenhouse to get a good look at the campus. No girls around to woo. It's kind of boring. That definitely sounds like Yahiko.
What? Why? These trees are just as pretty as girls.
And that's definitely Akira. What? Trees can't talk!
Is it that the trees can't talk, or that you can't hear the trees? You can't hear the trees.
Huh?
Just because trees haven't had their civil rights movement yet doesn't mean that they don't have a voice.
I slide around the edge of the roof towards the voices. I spot Akira perched on the branch of a large tree, and Yahiko slumped on a bench by a bed of roses like a model. But trees don't have brains!
You don't either, and look how well you talk.
Oh, burn. I do talk well, don't I? I'm not surprised that he missed that. I am surprised that Akira would think of such a sarcastic reply. Maybe Rue's rubbing off on her. Wait, what are we looking for again?
The meaning of life.
We can find that on the rooftop?
Well, it depends on what the meaning of life is to you.
Can there be multiple meanings of life?
That's also up to you.
This is too confusing. Arrgh, forget it! Let's look for whatever we're supposed to look for, my good minion.
Oh, I wouldn't expect to find the meaning of life in an afternoon.
We're not looking for the meaning of life.
On the contrary, everyone's looking for the meaning of life.
I choose that moment to make my presence known by sliding forward. Akira's face lights up in a brief smile as she waves me over.
Sup-a-doodly dandy, Cap!
Cap? Which is probably short for captain. Why does she keep referring to me as all these military titles? Yama, my good minion, help a poor man in spirit, won't you? What's that supposed to mean? I can't seem to remember what we're supposed to be looking for. I tried asking this girl, but
I am an Atari 400. Atari 400.
okay, that one's beyond even me.
You know, Atari 400. One of those old computers with really tiny memory. In other words, I can't remember either.
Why does she look so happy about this fact? Randomly disappearing students ring a bell. Ah! Say no more, my man. Leave it to me.
Leave it to me too. I want to set a root of our problems. Besides, I've taken a liking to mysteries. They're growing on me.
Too many leaf puns. Too many tree puns. I can't decide whether those puns are fantastic or terrible. Maybe they're both, as puns usually are.
Yep.
You talk weird, my minion, but as your benevolent leader, I can overlook your little idiotussies. That's so little ironic, coming from a guy who can't even properly see idiosyncrasies.
Understood, your gracious supreme high majesticalitiness.
God damn it, what?
What move should we make next?
Yakio's chest swells up for a moment. Clearly pleased with being called a gracious supreme whatever, I'd better jump in before this turns disastrous. You know what I just realized? Yahiko reminds me so much of Papyrus. I swear. Even Papyrus is kind of stupid, like Yahiko. God damn it! And she's like Sans! Oh no! Just because of the puns. It's the Sans and the Papyrus situation. First it was Pokemon and now it's Undertale. So many franchises. We need to do something about this case.
I say we branch out. Maybe separate investigations would bear some fruit.
Enough with the plant puns, Akira.
Is it driving you nutty? I'll get you sick of more puns yet.
He's not looking happy. Oh crap, I can't stop hearing puns, even unintentional ones.
Should we chain it up? Or would that just soil it?
Wouldn't take too long. Wouldn't that take too long? Okay, bring it back. This isn't a comedy show. We need to focus on the case. I know we're in a bad shape when I'm the person who has to get everyone organized.
Aw, you're a real soil sport, Yama.
Because plant puns are stupid beyond belief. Oh no! Now we're doing it! Oh! I didn't mean to say it like that! Say what? Let's just review what we're looking for!
You really don't need to be so snappy.
Akira! It's the harshest I've ever spoken, but I can't help it. I can barely handle these two by themselves. Together, they harbor the potential destructive power of a nuclear weapon. So, Shigure is certain that there's a lead to the disappearances at the school. Have you guys found anything out? Ah, my good minion, I'm glad you asked. As I'm sure you're aware of by now, the great Yahiko Ikari sustains a large and precise intelligence network called PETA. He delicately whips out his phone, pulling out some social media app or another. Yes, I see.
What have you divined from the magic mirror, oh fruitious awesomeness?
Are you sure you can handle all this information?
I must take upon this burden for the greater good. Do not hold back your masterful benevolence.
Very well! He dramatically flings out an arm, pointing his phone to the sky as if calling down thunder from the heavens. But first, I require reception!
Your unlimited omniscience? That's a bit sad, isn't it?
Well, reception isn't good up here. Can't you just use the school Wi-Fi? Why? So I can!
And the cat's checks again!
I worry for the decaying common sense in my generation. Okay, here's what we got. Patter, my wish is your command! You must now search for me. Hashtag IIBA! How he manages to say that in a completely serious voice, I have no clue. What exactly does IIBA stand for?
Instant iguanas by architecture, of course.
Really? All this time I thought it meant Isamu Imperial Boarding Academy. This combo is a disaster in the making. How about you just tell me what you find? Right. Scanning through the extensive network of plebeians. A momentary pause as Yahiko's fingers flick wildly over the screen. Yep, got it. What exactly does that mean? Allow me to enlighten you, minion. 3 students have disappeared so far. The names are Midori Mayono, Toma Hayashi, and Akane Tsukino. Midori poofed 8 days ago, Toma around 5 days ago, and Akane just 2 days ago. And there you have it! I wait for him to elaborate. He doesn't. Is that it? Is what it? We need more information. We need more info than that. We do?
Ah, Cap, let me take over.
She gracefully plucks Yahiko's phone from his hands.
Alright, Cap, I'll give it to you straight, like black coffee with no sugar or cream. There's something mighty fishy about this whole scenario. See, all these students disappeared around the same time.
Yahiko just said they disappeared within 8 days.
Why? I meant time of day, silly Caperino.
You
remember the curfew, right?
3. Oh, fuck. Why do I keep saying 3? 11:30 p.m. sharp. No exceptions.
Here's the thing. All these kiddos locked in for curfew on time. 11:30, right in their rooms. But then, they were gone by the next morning.
I'm surprised by her deductive reasoning. So yeah, I guess we're learning all the same information, just in different ways. Makes sense. Wouldn't make quite as much sense if we were learning different. I mean, it would, technically speaking, in a real scenario, in real life, we would probably learn different things if we went to different locations. But to make things consistent in the game, I guess, just make it so like your choices don't technically matter. Well, they kind of do in the sense that you're choosing which group you want to go to, but not so much like gameplay, because it's gonna be the same information, just learned in different ways. That's kind of neat.
Creepy, eh?
Logically, she should be scared. Not that Akira has ever been logical, but until today. I guess rational Akira only surfaces for short periods of time. So, 3 students, one after another, all logged in for curfew before disappearing in the dead of night. And you didn't think to mention this, Yahiko. Oh, well, I mean, I knew about it, but like, who cares about that kind of stuff, right? What? I mean, look at what really matters. He seizes his phone back with gusto, excitedly shoving the screen in my face. My government publicity pat! 12,000 repats, baby!
Congratulations on this life-changing milestone, your chaotical dictatorship.
I know, right? I'm famous! Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I've gotten all I can from here. I quietly creep away to another corner of the rooftop, leaving them to their own devices. The rendezvous arrives before I know it. Yep. Alright, and one more. Yep. One more, and then we'll be done. Courtyard, right? Yep, we haven't done courtyard yet. The courtyard, which would be Elizabeth and Natsuki. The courtyard is usually a ripe place for gossip. Maybe I can glean something from there. I find a first-year class and a third-year class in the midst of some outdoor session. The first years seem to be in PE. They're paired off, standing on opposite sides of a badminton net. The third years seem to be in art, judging from the easels before them. Interestingly enough, Elizabeth is here, pleasantly chatting with an adoring first year. Honestly, I'm surprised that she took so well to being ordered around by Shigure. Maybe she's just sucking up because Shigure is part of law enforcement.
I see. Thank you for your help.
No problem, Miss Elizabeth.
She races back to her friends by the badminton net, chattering excitedly that Elizabeth Oshiro just spoke to her. I love badminton. I love it. It's been so long since I played it, but I want to play it so badly. I love it. It's like my favorite sport ever, like to do in PE. I hate PE, by the way. So yeah, badminton was like the only thing I really liked about it because it's easy and fun, and I liked hitting things. I'm about to stride over, but another familiar girl slides next to her with a smile. Natsuki Tanaka, the mystery within a mystery. My, what might you be doing here? What was the voice I gave her? Or was it?
What might you be doing here, Beth?
I think that's the voice I gave her, right? It's either that or yeah, but what should be doing here, Beth? I think it's this one, right? Yeah, it's this one.
Hey, Natsuki. What?
Chocolate fingers, you know how it goes. Really though, why aren't you in class? It isn't like you to skip.
Oh, I'm not skipping. This is for work.
Work?
A different work. For my father of sorts.
Her father? Why her father? Then again, I can understand why she wouldn't want to mention Shigure. Your father sounds important.
Actually, you're good with information. Can you tell me anything about the recent disappearances?
The recent disappearances?
On the news.
Oh, those disappearances. She says this airily, as if disappearances are simply an everyday event in Isamu. As if Elizabeth doesn't even seem fazed. Let's ask around, shall we?
Thanks, Natsuki.
The two girls split off. Natsuki settles in front of her easel, but strikes up conversation with her neighbor. Elizabeth continues to pull aside first years from the badminton court. I really shouldn't tease her, but the opportunity is just too tempting. I slide around the edge of the court until I'm right behind Elizabeth.
The news showed it today.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Crouch down, lean over, and... tea and crumpets!
Bloody hell! Bloody hell! Eek!
I snick... Oh my god. Tea and crumpets!
Bloody hell!
I snicker as a change of expletives pour from Elizabeth's mouth. She rolls around, daggers in her eyes. What on this bloody planet are you trying to pull, you gormless git? What? There's her British side, strong as I've ever seen it. I must have made her really mad this time. I can only grin as I speak in an exaggerated drawl.
Would you like some tea and crumpets? How about some fish and chips?
You're just so handsome, charming, brilliant.
Delusional.
I can almost appreciate that. Well played, Elizabeth Shiro.
Whoa.
It's only then when we remember that we have an audience. Elizabeth manages to set her face back into his mouth for the gaping first years.
What? I didn't know you guys were dating.
A thrill of indignation races through me, and I immediately release Elizabeth, who's attempting to speak past incoherent spluttering.
But we are
I'd never date her.
Not that he would ever get the chance.
Not that I'd ever want the chance.
Well, that makes the both of us.
The first year giggles, stopping us in our tracks.
Oh, sorry, it's just your bickering is so cute. It kind of reminds me of Mom and Dad.
Strangely enough, Elizabeth's face suddenly burst into color. I only find myself thinking, I worry for your parents.
Sorry, I've got to get back to class. But it was nice talking with you, Elizabeth.
The first year skips into the badminton court, leaving a very angry Elizabeth with me.
I hope you're proud of yourself. You just wasted time at the expense of human lives.
Gee, that's morbid.
This is a serious investigation, Yama. We might get a lead on with a kidnapper.
Kidnapper?
Never mind.
She storms off, contained rage and emanating from her, and the freshman inch away, uncomfortable. I've been dismissed, and I feel the guilt wash over me. I just don't understand why she takes everything so seriously. The courtyard is ripe for gossip, but for solid leads, not a great plan. Well, whatever. I should just keep my mind on the case. After a look around, I spot a third year at the fringes of the courtyard, quietly examining a squirrel in a nearby tree. Quiet, observant, in the sidelines. Seems like a good person to talk to. I make my way to her, slowly, so I don't startle her. She looks up at me with a cordial smile.
Hello.
Hey, sorry, this sounds strange, but...
Do I look familiar?
She looks up at me with her lashes, batting them subtly. Oh. No, I've got a question.
You're handsome.
I'm beginning to see why this girl is kind of separate. Look, do you know if there's been anything strange going on around school recently?
Are you a Siberian spy?
Pardon?
People who ask those sorts of things are often spies, and Siberia's been looking into conquering Japan recently.
I'm struck speechless by this airy statement. After a few moments of blank staring, she returns to her sketches. Having a bit of trouble there, Yama? Having a bit of trouble there, Yama. I knew it. Natsuki suddenly pops up next to me. A cat-like smile spreading across her face. Not really. I probably should have chosen someone else to talk to, though. By any chance, do you happen to be investigating the same thing as Beth? What makes you think that? You are you not? Are you not? Maybe I am. Shall I lend you a helping hand? Don't overexert yourself. What would life be without a bit of overexerting? Leaving me with the slut, she turns to the girl, smiling slightly. Have you watched the news as of late?
Don't really watch the news.
Nobody has time for television. Oh, but you know what's behind the disappearances, do you not? Unless that bit of art on your easel is simply a scat test. I don't know how to say that word. I glanced at the easel. Before I thought it was just a bunch of splatters of graphite, but when I look closer, it seems to resemble blood, mixed with flesh and shards of bone. The sight of it almost makes makes my mind hazy, but I'm able to keep a grip on myself.
I watch the news a lot here.
A lot. Here. They play it in the hallways sometimes, or in the dorm lounges. It is obvious. There is a terrible hand behind these disappearances. Oh? There are 3 disappearances. Each took place after curfew. They logged in for curfew, but then left like Atlantis. That doesn't make any... Patience, Yama. She's not quite finished. The student stares blankly at her canvas before continuing. Midori Mayano. She was the first. The precedent. She disappeared 8 days ago, before the beginning of prison. Prison? She is referring, of course, to school. Right. I'm growing to like this girl, as odd as she is.
Toma Hayashi. He was next. Energetic. With the spirit of Loki. He disappeared on the first day of school 5 days ago. The last, Akane Tsukino, she disappeared 2 days ago.
Akane. That name sounds vaguely familiar.
So, whatever do you find out about these vanishings? Appears to, at the very least, perturb your canvas.
The student blinks languidly before it responds.
The curfew. They all logged in for curfew.
I frowned for a moment, running some quick calculations. The academy curfew is at 11:30 p.m. By that time, students have to log themselves from their dorm rooms to verify their presence. So forget what this girl is saying. They're listed as present for curfew, but somehow, while everyone was sleeping, they disappeared? How is that possible with the current security parameters around the academy? The student sets down her pencils.
Shadows follow you wherever you go. They had large shadows indeed.
And now she's back to making no sense. I don't understand what you're...
Most interesting. Thank you for your cooperation.
I raise an eyebrow at Natsuki, but she only shakes her head minutely.
Ah!
The student is looking rather wistfully at her canvas. It might be best to leave her alone. Thanks for the info.
Do not betray this country, Siberian spy.
She turns back to the canvas as Natsuki and I step away, leaving her in peace.
Well, Yama, you can take that however you may.
Thanks.
Anything for you both.
Now that I think about it, the fact that Natsuki wrung that information so easily is chilling.
Oh, seems Beth's having a bit of a trying time.
I follow her gaze to the edge of the badminton court where Elizabeth is clearly trying to rein in her temper against an impudent first year. Doesn't surprise me. She doesn't seem to be able to deal with people who aren't falling all over her shoes.
Oh my, shall we say Beth?
Before I can respond, Natsuki cups her hands around her mouth and calls out,
Oh, Beth!
Elizabeth storms over in a tight coil of barely contained frustration, her mouth pulled into a thin smile.
Yes, Natsuki?
Haven't much luck, I gather.
Elizabeth only shoots a piercing glare at me.
What are you still doing here?
Well, here we go again. To pay my respects to the Queen of England. She closes her eyes, slowly kneading at her temples with the tips of her fingers.
Your queen commands an ordinance. Go away.
But I'd really rather not. You see, I'm in the mood for some tea.
What does tea have anything to do with me?
Well, you know, serving tea, serving coffee. When I say this, her eyes widen and she immediately kicks at my shins. It stings much more violently than I thought it would. What are you doing? Biting my kneecaps?
You just don't know when to stop, do you?
Oh, Beth, it's a little joke. Let know.
I'm honestly surprised that she's taking my side, considering that she's Elizabeth's friend. Then again, she doesn't seem like a typical friend.
Well, I've got more important things to do than to stand around bickering with Yama, so bye.
Then a good day to you, madame. Give my regards to the king if you ever find one. Ooh, God. She whisks around and strides off without a word. Looks like I won this round.
Oh, Beth, never upset.
Even though Natsuki's words seem sympathetic, there's a tinge of amusement to her tone. It's disconcerting.
Miss Takana?
Tanaka. Fuck, I keep misreading her name. I say Takana, but it's Tanaka. God damn it.
Back to your easel, please.
Well, I'd best be off to class. Good luck on your little goose chase, Yama.
She winks as if looking for clues on serial vanishings is equitable to looking for a lost eraser, and disappears behind her easel. I glance at my phone. Looks like it's already time to meet at the roof. Ah! Achievement unlocked, amateur detective. I guess it's because we looked at every route. Well, that being said, that was this episode. Next episode we will definitely be continuing on with the story. Like I said, we will be continuing with me choosing the cafeteria as my final decision, as my final choice to continue. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Lucid9, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!